once again, we back. It was All a Dream podcast. Got the squad with me.
This your boy CJ, man.
Bars.
And we back once again. So we're gonna start off with this 21 Savage situation, man. 21 Savage saying that Nas is not relevant in the game. Like, what y'all think about that, man? It's crazy.
I mean, I'm gonna go first because I'll make mine short. This generation, I feel like because of social media, it gives them the confidence to go out and just say how they feel.
Right.
I remember in a freestyle that my son had a couple years ago. He said,
Flex John?
yeah, he said, he said, back in my day, you couldn't just go out on the block and start hustling. You had to earn it.
Right.
And it's that same mentality, I feel like, back in the day, not even back in the day, a couple years ago, you ain't saying nothing about the Giants. Even if you felt some type of way, you would have been like, all right, you would have ran it past somebody. Yo, I feel like Nas not relevant, bro.
Right,
then it would have been a good discussion, and then maybe somebody would have looped him in, or somebody you know, like, yo.
Right.
But you just could say anything, and then even if you, I feel like he didn't really mean the way he said it. Like, I feel like he was saying like relevant is like being seen. Like, you don't see Nas out, you don't see him interacting. So,
But that's not the case, though.
I know, but I just felt like that how he might have said it, because again, you see like Hov is Hov, but you see Kiss. They on the verses and all, so it's like you see some of them
outside.
Yeah, you see them outside. So it's like,
but Nas always been laid back, nigga.
he don't 21 Savage don't know that.
He don't. And when you talk about relevancy, the man is relevant. Like, he relevant. He relevant for simple fact. All the business ventures he got. This nigga own part. He was part of the Ring. When Ring started.
Right.
What else? He got the chick.
Relevancy right there.
Yeah. But you gotta
right
understand, in today's hip hop culture, it's only about the music and the celebrity. The business that you got, like, they ain't worried about that. You think about Jay-Z said, Rockaware, 30, 40 million, like 18 months. Bullshit rap if you want. So he was incorporating the business in his music. How many of these young boys that be out here rapping, how many of them talk about their business? You don't know, I heard Dirk say he got real estate or something.
Talk about his shit.
But other than that, you don't hear it in the music. So that's what I'm saying. You don't hear it in the music. So you don't know what business. None of them.
Think about it.
But like you were saying before, the man just won a fucking Grammy. How is you not relevant? Y'all talking about him on Clubhouse.
4 albums and 2
You know what I'm saying? That's relevancy right there. Y'all niggas talking about Nas.
But 4 classics. I can't say Magic is a classic because there's only 7, 8 songs, but 4 damn good albums in a 2-year span, man. Like, quality and quantity.
But we gotta think about today's culture. It's ran by a bunch of 19-year-olds, or not ran, but it's relevant by, it's influenced by a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds. They not listening. You see what I'm saying?
That's the problem with
Black Thought had an album a couple years ago. They not listening
all
to that. You see what I'm saying?
All of the streams.
They not listening to that stuff. So it's like,
fire.
if we not listening to it, it's not relevant. You see what I'm saying?
So why didn't he just say, oh well, my age group or my generation ain't fucking with it, so he not relevant to us? Say that.
Right, because he's not the only one that felt like that.
Yeah, but I know he ain't.
Again,
but say that.
They don't put nothing in context. They just go right out there and say, that shit's trash or something. You be like, well, I ain't really mean it. Like, they just say whatever they feel. Don't think about it.
Sound crazy. That's
not
like saying
mimic nobody, but like Sugar One Casino, he ended up getting killed because they killed the made man. You even come to the table saying the wrong shit about a made man, that might get your head and if with our quote unquote culture or the gatekeepers, it need to be somebody, some higher ups, some elder statesmen at the top to be like, yo, bro, you can't talk like that.
Like, to a purist, that shit is blasphemy, nigga.
Like, niggas is
get
tight.
Your head chopped off saying some shit like that.
Tight behind that, man.
That's God, nigga.
DJ
talking about
Academics.
nasty, man.
DJ Academics said the same thing. All the old heads in the back of there, they washed.
But you expect him to say the shit.
I mean, yeah, he's a clown. It's clickbait.
Right.
But it's just like, if you really fuck with the culture and with the sport of hip hop,
right?
Dude, is LL Cool J one of my favorites ever? Not really. But I wouldn't dare say like nigga has a hit in the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s.
Right.
Not too many people can
relevant.
say that.
Right.
So it's like
be relevant.
he might not have been my favorite, but I would never open my mouth and say, "Oh,
You
LL
respect
wasn't
it.
like that."
And you
Like,
know what make it even
respect it.
worse? Make it even worse when I listen to Nasty. I always hear Nasty shout out Kane. He always shout out Slick Rick, and he always shout out Shan. So if he's 50 something and I'm acknowledging my elders and you younger than me, no, I really gotta. If I'm Nas, like damn, young boy, like what he?
Right.
Damn, bro,
you
can't listen to my music because you would know how I carry it. So it would be like I ain't even about to set it
So
about
if we sit here, let's think about it. Do you think the music that 21 Savage made? Do you think Nas is influencing him? Hell no.
Not at all.
There's no way you would listen to Nas and then rap like that.
But 21 Savage, like his demeanor, the way he come off, and
ain't no kid. 30.
So that's what I'm saying. But just not that. His demeanor, his whole ambiance. He remind me of somebody from the 90s. So I wouldn't expect him to say some shit like that. Because
he ain't no dickhead.
Yeah,
don't carry himself like these.
But
not at all.
But that's because he didn't sat down and talked to some people. No matter what you might think about her, Amber Rose was an influence on him. When he was messing with her, she had him drinking water and all that stuff. Then he was on the Mad Papa joint. What did he say? Hov told me to get two things: a doctor and a shot. So he's listening to these people, but he's still young enough to have his own emotion.
And that's why that statement surprised us so much, because we didn't expect that from him. Like you one of the thorough ones, you know what I mean? At least you're supposed to be.
I think the demographic got something to do with it too, cause we right next door to New York, so we hold Hov and Nas and like a whole different light. Like he probably would, even though he's older out there with Nas, he probably ain't gonna say that about Big Boy, say that about 3 Stack, say that about JD, cause they in his yard. But to me, demographics aside, Kendrick ain't gonna have to say that about Nas, and he always on college.
Right, exactly.
Ain't like regardless.
But they real students of the game.
But that's what I'm saying. Kendrick a different type of artist. You see what I'm saying?
21 ain't had it.
Right.
You don't know
his
nothing
mom
about,
wasn't playing Street Dreams.
No, because you wouldn't say that, bro. You wouldn't say. I know some people that was like, no, my people's had Nas in the house. I never took to him. But most people I knew that had Nas in the house, to this day, niggas like, nah, bro. Nasty always, man. And on top of it all, it's like the one of y'all look up to him called a GOAT, I spanked him. Yeah. So you can't say nothing to me, period.
And that's what
I'm forever, if I'm not, I'm forever.
You gotta respect him.
I spanked your old head, the one that told you get a, that's my
You gotta respect him. You gotta respect him because of that.
That's my son.
Yeah. And like people who don't even like him still respect him. The simple fact of what you just said, he spanked.
And
Jay.
Another thing, I think in this climate, like I think this not the time for that. Cause all rap beside we just lost Rock. Right. Barely 2 months after that we just lost Takeoff. So we ain't got time to take shots at nobody, as the hip hop community as a whole. It ain't the time to take a shot at anybody at any age for anything, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, I agree.
This shit
but it sparked good conversation though. You know what I mean?
It did. It fuck around with a chess move. Well, for all we know, I don't think so. But I wouldn't be surprised, because it's like Drake ain't, this your man or whatever. He ain't jump out the window and say that.
Because he ain't
Drake.
no fool.
Right.
No.
Although Drake was disrespectful on that album. They say he dissed a lot of motherfuckers.
A lot of fucking girls, like he do all the time.
True.
Caddy.
True.
Me, I mean, boy spanked him, Pusha, and the other boy I don't play with. Pusha. I ain't even gotta say his name, but it's one, and he might even feel like it's cool to flirt with Cole. But he don't play with that other boy. He ain't playing with K-Dot. I don't hear him say.
Oh no, I don't want.
I think he. I ain't gonna lie. I think
he wants no parts.
K-Dot got.
He wants no parts of that, bro. Because if you think about it, that's his only That's his only real competition in the game.
That shit like
we talking numbers
too.
That shit like Earl. That shit like Earl Spence and Bud. Like it's the fight that everybody's waiting to see. Earl Spence and T. Crawford. Everybody in rap.
But it's crazy because Doc threw shots his direction already, and he acted like it ain't happening
with that boy. You gonna play with Kanye? You gonna throw his little shots at who? Even fuck around and play with Hov.
But we talking
play
about
with that ball.
we talk because K-Dot
that ball different. Animal,
he could
bro.
destroy Drake's career, bro. He one of the ones.
Another thing to me,
You heard
I
that
think another reason why niggas don't play with him.
He one of the ones.
Like he said, for one, my big homie, I got corrupt. That'll give me the game on a attack, how to attack. If I'm plugged with Jimmy Iovine and Dre, I automatically got 50 and Eminem. Ain't nobody about to play with that. Bro. Like on some diss track shit, 50 probably gives boy the whole playbook.
That's what I'm saying.
He done
Diss the world.
the fuck. He done been through it with every nigga. Done even went through it with his damn son.
Right.
He done been through it with everybody.
He did.
But 21, everybody's entitled to their own opinion and all of that. I think in rap though, man, we got like, ain't no, like we said before, like ain't no R&B singer about to come out. Brent Faiyaz not about to say that about Keith Sweat.
Right. I mean, but it's part of the game though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this shit part of the game.
And it's, to me, the best way to settle it, for real, fuck the relevancy, the best way we gonna settle it, we gonna go 16 for 16. He can't keep up with old.
Yeah, that's
we ain't like, so don't even play with it.
That's a scrimmage game.
That's a scrimmage.
That's a scrimmage game. Come on, man.
That's a scrimmage joint. I wouldn't even play with old head, man. I ain't even gonna lie. It's not the time. It ain't the time, man. Y'all just took a loss, Atlanta. Just took a big ass loss. Like that shit's still fresh for real. Take the whole takeoff situation. He feeling it.
So
and I know
that's another question.
Sure Nas heard it.
That's another question. Do y'all think it's gonna cause friction in the South? This takeoff shit with with Takeoff and Jay Prince and all them.
No.
I hope not.
They'll settle it.
I hope not. I hope
Jay
they
Prince
do
will settle
off
it.
camera and all
He'll
that.
settle it. He ain't gonna. You know him. He ain't too big for the arguing back and forth social media.
Yeah.
Always. So